What's going on, guys and gals? It's Vin, back at it again with another FL Studio tutorial, and in this one I'm going to be showing you how to maintain your sanity while producing. So, tell me if this sounds familiar. You're 2 or 3 hours deep staring at your screen, whether you're on beat number 4 or you've been listening to the same 8-bar loop and you can't even tell if it sounds good anymore. Either way, you're about to lose your shit. After 2 or 3 years of doing this with nothing to show for it, you probably want to snap your laptop in half. But that's a bad look. This thing wasn't cheap. First things first, before you get to that point, you're going to want to take a walk. Let's go. So see, the main goal with this one is, it's a double whammy really, because not only do you get some fresh air, but you get to gain a little bit of perspective. So see, look at it like this. You probably got arms that work if you're making beats and shit. I don't think you're making beats with your feet, unless you are, in which case, more power to you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. You really wanna just be alone with your thoughts. Damn, that's some good sun. You see that? You get some of that. Look at that shit. Beautiful. All right, let's head back inside. All right, so I'm back at the crib now, the studio. Now that your ears are nice and refreshed, let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 2, get over yourself. No one cares that you make beats. No one cares that it's hard. In fact, no one will care about your music until it's popping. And if the annual drug-induced artist suicides are anything to go off of, no one will ever care about your sanity. Except for you. Sounds bleak, right? I promise it's not. It's exactly the opposite. So to explain why, let me ask you a question. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to make music? Why did you even pick up the MIDI controller in the first place, right? What were you thinking about money back then? When you first opened the box for the Akai, were you really thinking about money? When you first grabbed the guitar, or whatever the fuck, you know, what were you really thinking about? Like, really ask yourself, were you thinking about money? Were you thinking about the bag? Were you thinking about clout? What else do people lie and say they do this for? Probably not. You know what you might have been thinking? Wow, I feel empty inside, so let me grab a guitar. That's the thing right there that's gonna help you keep your sanity. It's kind of like this. So once you realize that you don't really have a choice, that it's either you're gonna kill yourself or you're gonna produce beats, it becomes very clear, you know, you just produce the beats or whatever. Am I allowed to put that on YouTube? All right, so really dig deep and ask yourself, you know, you're like, man, fuck work, let me come home and try to learn how to make beats. If you do anything for over a year that doesn't pay you, then chances are you probably like it at least a little bit. Chances are you probably have to do it. So once you realize that you have to do it, right, that it's like in your soul, then we got something to work off of. Tip number 3 is turn your hi-hats down. I can't do it. So tip number 3 is be in the moment. When you're producing, and honestly, like your entire life, take this thing and just throw it away. Just don't even look at it, right? Put it on the other side of the room. When you sit down to produce, that's all you do there. You know, that's it. So tip number 3 to not lose your shit while you're producing is to actually produce, to actually do it. Part of the reason you probably are losing your shit is because you feel guilty because you haven't actually been making shit. Maybe you sit down, you open up FL Studio, and you make an 8-bar loop for 30 minutes, and then you just listen to it for an hour, and then half of that time you're on your phone. That's probably why you're losing your shit. Yo, I just noticed my glasses were crooked this entire time, and I'm not refilming. You know, I have pasta in the oven. This is very, very reckless to be outside with food on the stove, but it's okay, it's okay.